And welcome back to the STB Racing League here for Season 22 for the British Grand Prix at the Silverstone Circuit here, not too far away from Northampton, here for the British Grand Prix. And as you can see, it's a very cloudy qualifying session at the moment. And one thing I need to pick out first is ST Maldi, because he said he was P5 at one point with a 28.7 at one point. And then halfway through the session, it just invalidated his lap time, teleporting back down to basically last. And looked in the race director, it says it's invalidated, but it was valid for such a long time. So I'm really confused. Maldi's having a rant about that. So I'm a bit baffled to why that's teleported him. So we'll pass on. There's Aston Martin going round at Stowe. Not something you want to see, especially for that car who the Alpines just went past. That's Jamo. He's invalidated. I think he's going for another lap here. 50 seconds left in the session, so we get this last few laps in. Tanafex is back out, which I'm quite surprised, despite being only about 2/10 off Tier 2's pole position. So I'm surprised he's actually going again, to be honest. Considering that he's probably not going to get beaten. It's just, for me, I feel like he's just wasting a set of soft tyres at the moment in time. So we'll stay on board of him, see how he does this lap into turn through Abbey. Nicely done for turn 2 and into turn 3. Which one past Farm Corner, which was turn 2, into the loop. Open the corner, takes a very, very wide entry into the loop there, but gets a nice exit through entry. He goes. DRS open down a Wellington straight now into Brooklands. Take out a lot of speed into the corner. You don't need to open up Luffield as he swings the car in. Keep it tight for Luffield, swing it a little bit wide, bring it back in out, and really open up taps. It's left a bit of room for Fletcher Pace there on the outside, doesn't use all the circuit. Now, down the old pit straight into Copse Corner, slight lift, and back on the power, down into Maggots, and then Beckett swinging it flat out for his first section, lift off about now, get the car turned in through Chapel, get the car rotating nicely. Now, back on the power, DRS open, down the hanger straight, set yourself up nicely, down into Stowe. A couple of different lines you can take around here. You can take a late apex, carry the speed, or take an early apex, and just hope the car sticks. Takes more of an early apex, because apex does very nicely done. Into the Vale chicane now. Brake about 100 metre board, flips apex nicely through here and there. Very difficult power through this last club corner, and on across the line he improves by 400 a second. That's a very, very solid lap by him, as Maldi managed to get a better lap in the end. He managed to get a 28.2 after all that controversy. Cartel managed to get a 28.2 as well. I think Splot, no, he's just got a lot of time. It was Alpha's just got on P5. In the session, maybe also notice it's a bit quieter in this com box tonight. No silent pistol. He's having issues with his headset. Well, he's meant to get a new headset supposed to come on Sunday. That just went, but apparently never came. So he's still without the headset, and it's now Wednesday, so I don't know. But yep, that's how it is for now. So we've got a much quieter com box. I'll try and keep some hype in it, but obviously a lot more commentary. As what Crooken says, I commentate a bit like James Hunt. Apparently I'm quite savage in the comment box, but then gives out quite interesting information and explanations and how everything works. Hold on, I'm going to read that message out what Crooken put. Get rid of this old stream. Crooken from Tiers, or actually I'll go for the rundown first. You've got side effects on pole position by almost 4/10 of a second, but let's see, as his character's face looks a bit deformed there. But it's Jamo in P2 and Cartel in P3, big jump, and it's very, very close from P3 or down to P6. You've got Cartel, Tillman, Alpha, and Tillman. And then SCR in P7, and then a bit of a gap into P8 to Sply, Chaos, Pirlo for P10, P11's time, 412 is Elite, 13th David, No, so it's not David. Rafita P14, Alvarez P15, Trash Panda P16, Matador P17, Mancho P18 without a lap time. Yeah, Quicken put this message out in the season on one of the chats, or the season 22 chat, the more general chat for the drivers. But Mafia reminds me of James Hunt back in the day, can be savage in the comment box at times, but gives great feedback on the driver experiences on track info. Maud is hilarious at the start, shots shouting, swearing, blah blah blah, when driver messes up. Pistol comes into zone, screaming out, nearly head blew on the screaming out of nowhere, blowing my eardrums out. And talk about Quicken, who is, I don't know, about in his 40s. He's like 40, so he's heard the James Hunt commentary probably when he was younger. So he actually heard it live. So that's very interesting information from Crocken there. As we are now setting up for the start of this Tier 3 British Grand Prix. We're waiting for everyone to sort this helps out. As we'll see all the car mechanics T-posing their way on the pit lane. Get ready for the formation lap for this final Silverstone race on F1 22 for STB before we transfer over to F1 23. Also, I'll have risks about Silverstone not being the calendar later in the future with all these rumours about older tracks not working, because I think Silverstone is a privately owned track. It's very difficult to get their profits around here apparently, and we've had 2 disqualifications already for Alvarez and David. Obviously it's private owned tracks. I think it's Britain. I can't remember which one the other one is. I think it's Imola or something. And it's very difficult to as side effects get off the track. That's something we'll be doing on the formation lap. Cold tyres quite heavy around here, especially when you use quite low tyre pressures and on this very cloudy track. But yeah, obviously very interesting. But obviously Silverstone being a privately owned track, it's very difficult to apparently get profits around here, as the Red Bull's finally flying across the formation lap, overtaking everyone in the field. That is Sply. Not sure if it's allowed to do that, to be honest. I might have to have a bit of information about that. But yeah, it's obviously very, even though the price is ridiculously high around Silverstone, one of the highest on the calendar, I think the top 5 highest, they still can't make a profit. Either it's just very expensive to run around Silverstone, I think. So even if Silverstone does go, we've got to find a new British Grand Prix, which is going to be interesting to see what tracks could be out there. Dunstan Park, I don't see why. Oh, he overtakes everyone and then spins. Now he's going to burn out those tyres on the grass. And yeah, now he's all the way down. Back to where he should be. But yeah, we'll see one. It'd be interesting to see what British Grand Prix would get if Silverstone does disappear. What track we get for the British Grand Prix. I mean, you can't go without a British Grand Prix. I mean, it's a British Grand Prix. You can't not have a British Grand Prix. It's like saying you cannot have a track around. Well, actually, no, I can't really think of one, to be honest. Like Monza. I mean, it's like, as soon as Monza goes, it's going to be a big shock. Silverstone has been disqualified as well, so that gives Gemmo an extra few metres of advantage onto the start. Obviously, got a last few cars parking away into the grids. Got Matador on a set of softs. He's going to be very quick towards the start of this race. It can work. The softs to the hards is an option. You can do it. It does work. It's just not the quickest route to go. Mercedes is very parked, so we get a power 5 second time penalty if this was real life. As the lights are now come up on their screen now. Now there are 5 lights. And away we go for the British Grand Prix for Tier 3. You've got a lot of cars swarming across already. Got 2 cars on the grass, I think, as the Ferrari charges off the stars, with Gemmo falling behind. As the Mr. Williams is round, at Sply is already round, and there's commotion everywhere. Mounted up to P4. There's cars all over the place. There's cars all over the place. It's like season 13 all over again. There's cars scattered all over the place. Doesn't look like any cars got damaged, but David, Tierman, and Chaos have been involved in that. As Matador's getting compromised on those soft tyres, Sply's working his way back through the grid as more cars and more yellow flags are happening right now. Not sure for who and for what, but at the moment in time, Celofax continues to lead this race with Gemmo not too far behind. As more cars going off here. There's a Williams, and there's a collision with the Williams, and that's Young Alves. I mean, the collision with ours as Alpha. As Maudi's now down to P13. I don't know when that happened. Maybe that was for the yellow flags. But Maudi's now down to P13. It was up to P4 at one point. So what happened there? I don't know. I did not see that. There was so much going on. I completely am missing things. Maudi's left the session. Well, that's a disconnection or something. We did see Maudi lagging a bit earlier in the formation, I believe. So we need to get find, see if we can get Maudi back in. There he is. Good gamer card. Oh, he's gone disconnected completely. That's 1 minute ago. Oh crap. Invite him anyway, but won't be able without Maudi for a few laps. Maudi's internet, I believe, is probably just completely cut out. Commiserations for the Frog driver. It's not been a good day for Maudi so far. It's had a bit of moments, so obviously Pistol can't commentate again. And obviously we've had issues with his lapping getting randomly invalidated halfway through the session. That's about 5 minutes after doing it. Now he's disconnected completely from the internet. He was last seen 2 minutes ago. So now it's all about continuing on with these drivers. The grid's been splattered all over the place already. We've had a lot of incidences. Off it starts. No yellow flags. It's a Williams Red Bull of Matador has spun again on those soft tyres. Not been a good start for him. Softs not working for his ideal, what he wants to be done. Now, Solifex not already out of DRS here. That's crucial for him and Jamo. Jamo's both of them using quite a bit of battery already. Both are in 40 and 50% battery wear, battery percentage. So obviously both are using battery. Elite's on 90%. Elite is always very good on his battery. It's very useful when you need to. Obviously, when you come to the pits, you save a lot of battery in the pit lane around here. It's such a big pit lane. You save about 30% just in the pit lane alone. Jamo's got back within 1 second of side effects. It didn't look like he had to use any more battery either, so that's very good. So whether the side effects being a mistake is another question that needs to be answered as he sets fast up on the race. As now Yilmaz sets the fastest lap of the race, but he's on the set of medium, so he's going to be a little bit more racy for his first lap of the race. Obviously, needs to try and get past these cars, trying to avoid any disruptions on his stint. Obviously, he wants to get these mediums advantage out of them. This doesn't want to be stuck behind the hard runners, because as soon as he switches onto the hards, it's going to be difficult for him to get his way back. Because F1X Diesel, I don't know who that actually is, that's left session. He's not even a driver, so actually it's good because now Maudi can get back in. At the moment, not that much actual racing though. Lots of collisions, lots of little moments, close battles, but nothing actually really happening. As Kel's actually now have a bit of a battle here with Crash Panda. Crash Panda is on the better medium compound tyres, looking to get a bit extra grip through these corners, but he needs to take advantage of that, which he has this moment in time. He just needs to stay ahead now. Pirlo has not left the session. Pirlo's actually running a solid P6 here. That's not good to try and get him back in. Brain figures of what I need to do. Pirlo, spectate, if you game the card. Invite to game. Sandrex continues to lead the way then. Jamo obviously now just not quite there yet. That's Chaos. Chaos is out. It's been a collision with Crash Panda, I believe. And both of them are in the back. And as Chairman's also had a moment. And there's the safety cars come out. I wonder if some people are going to pit for front wing changes or new tyres. But this is definitely going to get some people back within these guys. Maudi's now left session again after just joining. Yao Alves, everyone's disconnecting for the moment and the prime being on what's going on here. I need to get Maudi back in. I don't know what's going on here. Trying to get everyone back in. Safety laws are out, so it looks like I can get these people back in without any distractions. Apparently on the Xbox app. Pirillo's still not back in yet. I'm going to invite him back again just to make sure. I can get everyone back in. Make sure no one else is disconnected. It seems like the game's had a little bit of a hiccup since Marty joined. That's it for now, I think. So, yeah, that is the safety car is out. It's going to bunch them back up. It's certainly going to help the medium runners with the tyre wear, but it's also going to help the hard runners because now the hard runners are just going to be able to catch back up to those medium runners, take any advantage they've gained out. But it's too early to make any pit stops yet. It's too early to pit onto the hards. Hards, what we saw, I think it was, I can't remember who it was now. He got a puncture yesterday, front left tyre. Actually forgot who got the puncture. But somebody did get a puncture. I think it was around lap 17, 18, I think it was. I think it was lap 19. And that actually caused a puncture for him. I can't remember who it was. The cloud's going very slowly. But oh yeah, obviously 19 laps, 20 laps is well max we can do on those hards. That was because we actually had a bit of risk of rain towards the end of the race yesterday, but it never really came in the end. And I think he was just holding off to the rain period, but obviously the rain period didn't come until like, I think it was like the second to last lap. Red Bull can't overtake the Ghost Car because it was just given a legal overtake. Yeah, 3, 2, 1, illegal overtake. Yeah, it can't overtake the AI. So, yeah, so just be careful. I'm not sure, I don't think there's any rain. I think we're scheduled for no rain. I'm rambling on a bit. I'm just trying to fill in some of these deader parts of the race. Obviously, normally it'll be Silent Pistol rambling on. The Pirillo's left again. I don't know if we're trying to get in. Come on, get in the lobby. Take 5 attempts. Marty's back in. Let's back up to P10 after all that. Spy, yep, so you can't overtake the AI. Illegal overtakes will be pressed on you. Just give me a moment for a second. So, one more lap of safety car, just waiting for Matador to catch back up. Matador's actually got rid of those softs, which I think was probably the good choice, because they were probably already half dead. Panda's actually gone onto a set of softs, which makes sense, because he could probably go softs and mediums. Actually, no, he's pushing it, actually. Those softs are going to do about 7 laps. So we'll probably have to pit around lap 13. And those hards, those mediums will probably struggle to do half of the race distance. So yeah, you're probably starting back onto the hards, but I want to see why. Try and get some back up the field. Rafita also pitting, and so is Yao Alves also going to pit for a set of mediums. I think both of them were on a set of hards, I believe. Chaos. Chaos already out. Oh, Chaos did retired, didn't he? Alves and Matita. So actually, no, Alves was on the original set of mediums, so he's gonna have to go mediums and hards, or mediums and softs. But I don't think he'll be able to get softs to the end. So Alves is picked for a set of hards from his mediums, but he can go mediums and mediums again. So that is the advantage of Alves over Rafita. Alves has another fresh set of mediums. Rafita will have to go onto a different set of tyres, different compound of tyres, I should say. So that'll be interesting to see how that works out. Alves obviously can use that as his advantage. You should have medium tyres from now, and medium tyres like, oh, what was Trash Panda's off? It's been a collision or something. And a Panda has got no front wing on his set of softs. Williams has also been spun as well. Tierman is also being round. I don't know what's going to be a collision or something, but something's happened, and that's probably the worst time to have it, because the safety car's going to be in this lap, surely. That's just going to stay on another lap. It's been 3 laps now, isn't it? I would have thought the safety car would have come in by now. It's not, but it's actually, well, it's bad for commentary, but good for Trash Panda. He's going to be able to come back into the pits. And Pirlo is still unable to get back in. Time is still not able to get back in as well. I don't know what's going on. Pirlo has an inability to join the session for some reason, actually getting himself back in. I don't wonder if he actually knows how to get back in the session. Does he know how to get back in? Well, 7th invite if there's anything now. Time. I mean, his time is still not in yet either. Last seen 1 minute ago, Xbox happening. It's just departed completely. I don't know where he's gone. So yeah, interesting. Safety car's out for another lap. Got 3 cars in the pits. Rafita's only back in for a set of hards. I did say about him having this upset medium, so maybe he's got involved in an incident and actually he's taken him out of that possibility of doing that. But he's gonna do quite a long way on those hards now. I think they might just be able to get to the end, but it is a very long distance. Matador will have to pit again. He's not going to make those tyres go to the end. Don't know why I'm seeing more overtakes. Getting overtaken back again. An illegal overtake. Overtake him, man. I don't think Alves would be overtaking him, trying to let him through for no reason. Bit of confusion there with the illegal overtakes, and they got a bit messed up. Maybe Tiemann maybe was behind Alves and they've just happened to have a bit of a weird switch up. Pirlo still can't rejoin back in. I don't know why. He joins in, but then he leaves again. I don't know why. I'm not seeing any more invites. He's had enough. If he wants to join, he can join back in himself. Same with Time. It's not even online. Time is anymore. So yeah, I've got a couple of ghost cards in the middle of the group. Hopefully we can cycle them out. Safety cards in this lap finally. I think that must have been. I think it was like a 4-lap safety car. It felt like a 4-lap safety car anyway. Panda should catch up anyway, so race should get going soon. Side effects can now finally get on the way. Get his tyres back up to temperature. It's not really giving the safety car a bit of a gap though, is he? He's not really giving much of a gap. He can't really go yet. Safety car's not in. Then again, if he doesn't go out the last corner, it doesn't really matter anyway. Anyway, let's bunch back up, guys. Let's get back racing finally, and not have any silly collisions off the back of the group. And we're gone. We've gone now. Back up on the way. We're racing again. Jamo filtering behind. Side effects for now. Big of a gap already forming between Toman and Cartel. A bit surprising considering those mediums should be betting these restarting conditions. Pirlo obviously already losing position to Sply. Next car will be Alpha Z. And Melody looking to a bit of redemption after a very shocking start. As more yellow flags are happening about them, there's some more collisions going on here. Aston Martin and Williams are way off the circuit. That is Yao Alves. I don't know what he's doing off. I think he's trying to go across the English channel. Rafita's losing positions here to Tiemann on an older set of hards. Don't know what's going on here. A bit of confusion, bit of conflictment towards the back there. Toman in a very good place right now. I don't know where he's come from. Toman looking very solid in the P3 at the moment. He can just stay behind his leaders. He's on for a nice and tidy podium. I say that and he's disconnected. Is this his ultimate commentary curse at the moment or something? I'm confused. Why is everyone disconnecting? Is everyone having terrible internet today? Confusion is in the party. Try and get the stream up. Spy's got a 3-second time penalty, not going to help him with any battles around him, trying to gain any places. They also being quite an easy track to get penalties. If people can hold off getting penalties, it's really going to aid them later on in this race. Alpha Z is looking very close to the back of Sply at the moment. These harder tyres starting to work. Tamer not quite in yet. Who else? Pirlo is finally back in his car after about 5 years and about 20 attempts. Barney back in. He's lost a couple of places, but it's not lost too much time. So he just needs to get himself back up into speed, back into the rhythm, and chase back after that pack. Homan still not in yet. No, I feel realised when cars tend to come in because your game has a little bit of a stutter when a car rejoins back into the game. And hold on, we've got a fight for lead here. Jamo's past side effects, so Jamo's gone, screw you with your 4/10 faster lap time in qualifying. I'm going to get past you in the race. That's where it matters, and that's what Jamo's done. He's got his way past and up into P1. These guys, I think, might pull away from the rest of the group here, especially when they get onto certain mediums toward the end of the race. I think those guys will be rapid and the fastest after the race to lead on to that. And Maudi's left the session again. Maudi's disconnected once again. Maudi's showing what shouldn't be done. Nice if there we go. Maudi's died for the second time. Maudi's not going to be happy at all. Jamo continues to lead the way. As he's got past sound effects, Cartel not been able to keep up. These mediums, I think, are just starting to fall off a little bit. As Trash Panda picks up a time penalty as well, but there's not real battles there when Alvarez gets past Maudi's ghost cart. But yeah, there's not much. It's problem with this also, you get a lot of battles, but not many actual racing. As Afita's had a moment through Luffield and Brooklands. Sky, I think Maudi's just having internet issues. He was having a bit of lag earlier. It's the second time he's disconnected. I mean, he completely went offline for a few minutes earlier during his safety car. It does say he's online, he's in multiplayer. He's back in. There we go. So Tillman's still not in yet. We've got side-by-side action with Sply around the outside. There's collisions happen here. Real pushing and shoving. This is a match that's happened. Leclerc shit. This is. As we all go around this club corner. My throat is not quite able to handle this. I'm not used to commentating by myself recently. That's a big corner, of course. That's definitely a warning for Sply. Is he going to slither up the inside? Yes! It's going to give him just about enough room, but he's not. He's going to have DRS as well. Down this Wellington straight, he's really pushing. Elite's Rider trying to wiggle his way through. Sply's got DRS now. He's going to use this to re-overtake Elite here. He's going inside. Oh! It's going to be a bit of rub and scrub. Oh, there's lots of collisions happening. And lots of little taps here. Oh, one car's. There's definitely going to be a crash here at some point if they're not careful. Maudi's gone again for the 15th millionth time in a row. As Cartel's able to fly away from them. Toman's still not back in. Last seen 3 minutes ago. Wow, people's internets are dying today. People's internet's not having good fun. I'm not sure what's going on today with people's internet. Elite just gaining, but it might not be enough here. Oh, Sply's done what he's done. Oh, that's dangerous. Sply did a double, triple defense move. That, yeah, that's definitely going to be reported. You can't just weave violently like that. Toman's managed to get back in. Trash Panda get pick up on a time penalty. Oh, Pirlo looking a bit laggy there. Obviously showing his intent's a bit weak at the moment. Maudi's just come back online. It's hard to follow. Not much, to be honest, there's not actually much action going on. Everyone's close to each other. There's nothing really happening there. Oh my god, an Alpine's at the moment, and it's just taken out David. Oh my god, I don't know, 5-second time penalty? It was the Alpine that spanned. So that's, the penalty should be the other way round. That's a bit unfair. But there's definitely been kind of damage there. The Williams got damage. And Alfa Romeo, the Alpine hasn't. So, but Tiemann got the one that got the penalty. So a lot of people in the pits now. I think it is scheduled time for the medium runners to pit anyway. Onto the set of hards. Tiemann got the penalty though, even though he was the victim in that incident. He's the one that got the penalty, which is really unfair. But unfortunately, it's not something you can really sort out. That's just the game being the game. He's pitting. No, was it David got the penalty? David got the penalty. So yeah, that actually that might make sense then, because he's the one that span. Actually, that makes sense the most. But there's so much. I'm so lost right now. There's just so much happening, but at the same time, nothing's happening. And it's really, and Tomann's just come back in. What did you got? A 3-second time penalty. Not good. Come back to him for him. He's dropped down to P6 after being running P3. He's not lost a load of time, but he's lost a good 10 seconds. I'd say so. No, I'm looking back way past Moncho. Moncho on a better soft medium tyres. Moncho looking to possibly go on to softs at the end of this race. If that's an option for him. Side effects is all in the pits. Very early stop onto set mediums. Lap 13, that's a very, very early stop. I'm actually worried that those tyres actually going to get to the end or not. That's a long time on those tyres. Alright, so now Jamo's going to cover off the undercut, but I think Jamo will probably be pitting this lap anyway. Some yellow flags happening in sector 1. But then what for? Don't see anyone spinning or crashing or anything like that. So I'm just going to question it as a mystery. I'm really confused the way this race is going at the moment. It's just, it's not been a good race. It's just, there's nothing happening. There's a lot of internet issues happening as well. I think it's just separate people's internets of people disconnecting completely. Oh! And that's a definitely aggressive overtake. Sply is definitely very aggressive. There's definitely some beef going on with these two cars at the moment. As Sply gets past the lead. Yeah, Spy is definitely a very aggressive driver. I've already seen already. Jamo's in the pits. Let's see where he comes out. If allow me to spectate him. There he is. On mediums. So he filters him out. It's quite difficult to get his tyres under temperature in this circuit, especially with the low tyre pressures you generally do use. And there's side effects. This is going to be very close. This is. He's just coming through turn 1 now. Here comes Jamo. Jamo's going to be on cold tyres. He's just come ahead, just ahead of side effects. But now, side effects is on much warmer medium tyres, and it's putting him ahead of the Alpine. And now Ferrari's going to have to move on the Red Bull. And the Red Bull's now going to be a sitting duck. This is Matador. Matador's not going to be too much difficult for these drivers, I don't think. Matador's actually using some overtake here. Marley's got back in again. Marley's now down to P14 after all. I've seen Pirlo back down there. That's disconnected again. And Davide's out. He's retired in the pit lane. So no safety car's going to happen there. That's a retirement for him. No points for the Alpine driver. Somebody's just rejoined. It's Maldi. And he's now on the fresh air mediums. Yeah, it's that for him. So all you can do, Maldi, all I to see now is try and push and just see how much we can gain. feel like it's a little dry. Yeah, Alves, Mancho, and Choman all in the pits here. Quite a short stint from these mediums. I think they're all going to be putting on another set of mediums to the end of this race. Everyone seems to be onto a new set of mediums. Yep. Same with Alpha Z. Yep, all onto a new set of mediums. So we'll have fresh sets. Puts everyone up, puts Jan back into P1. Sometimes actually back ahead of side effects here. I didn't actually see that. Jan's actually managed to get himself back ahead. Got on those tyres back up to temperature. Splice out picked up another time penalty. Maldor's now into P3, but he will have to pit again. Trash Panda doesn't need to pit again, but he's got a long way on those tyres, and he's got Cartel on much fresher tyres. Right behind Rafita on his teammate, and Rafita doesn't look like he's going to make it too difficult for him, but Cartel's certainly made it very difficult for him himself. Yilmaz just finding a way through Rafita. This is going to go side by side here. Rafita speaks of the most unnecessary penalty I've ever seen in my life. He's got one through Woodscote. Not see that very often. Oh, don't go side by side, please. No. Okay, thank you. But this is hurting Yilmaz a lot. I don't know. Especially if he wants to try and get anywhere near the top two. I think that's quite far off, but it still gives him a chance. Sound Effects has got a penalty. I just realised Sound Effects has got a penalty. That could be crucial to the end of the session. It will be crucial. What am I on about? Side by side here between the two Haas drivers. I thought Yilmaz have made it. I thought Yilmaz would have got it a little bit sooner, to be honest, but he's got it done now. Sound Effects fastest lap of the race. Whoa! Trash Panda, that's not the line you want to be taking through there. Bloody hell. Surprising it spin after that curve. His teammates in the pits. He's lapped down. I'm surprised he hasn't retired yet. Gemmo still in this race. Side Effects seems to be the only thing that really happened at the moment. Maldi's got his way past Elite Ping up into P12. Points is very, very off the cards for Maldi at the moment. It's definitely possible. I've always been running an AI most of the time, so it's not going to be picked up many warnings. But I think Maldi, I think P10 is probably on the cards here. Sply's got loads of penalties. I think Maldi would definitely get some time up on Alpha Z and Moncho. And obviously Matador's yet to pit as well, so you've got to take that into account as well. Plus Trash Panda and Kart and Rafita are going to be on very old tyres towards the end of this race, so that's also taken into account. So he's definitely got some points to gain here. He's P12. It doesn't look like he's going to get any points, but trust me, there is some possibilities for a good few points. Not much, but it's something. Now she needs to keep it clean. Oh, the rebel round! Sply! Told you there's a chance to get some points, and that's certainly going to be an invitation for Maldi to get some points. He's actually get out of the way. The Ferrari. Oh, that's my round as well. That's Moncho. Will this be the collision or that's separate spins? I don't know. But that's 2 positions gained for Elite Ping and Maldi. And for Alpha Z and Rafita's in the pits. Rafita's obviously thought these tyres aren't going to get to the end. He's now pitting. And Spy's got a 10-second time penalty. There's penalties all over the place. I don't know what's going on there. I'm so behind. Spy's retired. Maldi's over to P9. I told you Maldi would pick up points, but just a lot sooner than I thought he would. So now Maldi can go chasing after Alves. Now 4 seconds up the road. He's got a penalty. Everyone ahead of him up to P5's got a penalty. Trash Panda. Oh! And Trash Panda's round! Commentator Curtis is racking into effects here. What is going on? I just mentioned about Trash Panda, and all I see is this Alpha Celestin Mine just goes spinning across the Brooklands. That's not going to help on these old hard tyres. Big push to get into his tyres in. Maldi's going slow. Oh, it's a safety car. I think Maldi will be very, very happy with this. I'm sure this is not good for Side Effects with that time penalty. Matador, it's his perfect time now to pit for maybe a new set of medium tyres. I don't think SOS will be the way to go. I don't think he'll have enough set left. He's obviously going to be used some in qualifying, and he used a set at the start. Side Effects in the pits. He's doing the opposite, Jammo. And Jammo, I think, is just about to be screwed over here. it's still quite early for a set of softs. 8 laps is quite a short period of time. It is a set of soft tyres, so a couple laps under the safety car. Actually, yeah, 8 laps under there, but they got a couple laps under the safety car. It sounds about right. Chairman's in as well. Matador's in. Matador also makes sense. Onto a set of hards. Oh, he either has no sets of mediums and no set of softs, and he doesn't have a choice, or he's just stupid. I don't know. Alves is back on. He's not pitted. Maldi's continued going. Quite surprising. I think Maldi doesn't have a fresh set of softs, so I think that's why he's kept going. But no, he's right behind his teammate, who's got a penalty on soft tyres. So Maldi, if I was Maldi, I'll try and follow him through. He's got Alves and Alpha on very similar tyres. Cartel Yilmaz is on a set of hards, so he also be on the fight here, and also Jamo is also going to be up there as well. So Maldi, he's actually on a chance here. There is a slight possibility that Maldi can win this race, but let's not jinx this. Let's see where this goes. We've got a few people on the set of soft. Moncho, Transpanda, Elite, all on soft tyres. They're going to be very quick towards the end. So is Side Effects. Side Effects is going to be rapid. But I think Side Effects didn't have much of a choice. You know, because if he's on the mediums, he'd be stuck fighting, and his penalty is going to hit him hard. But if he can get on those softs, make some overtake moves, get them done before the tyres start to drop off a bit, pull away, try and pull through some gap, but that's a lot of work in 6 laps. Not 4 overtakes and a 3-second gap. That's a very tall order. I'm sure the drivers are not going to make it easy for him. So I think Side Effects might be looking at a potential maybe no more than about a P2 or P3. Maybe. We'll see how it all runs out. And see how any fuel spread takes into effect. Got a lot of cars going to wait for here. Tierman, oh, he's lap pound, isn't he? Okay. Well, we'll just have to wait for him then. Swancho's just coming around here. We've got Rafita in the pits. I think he's decided to go for a set of softs. So awkwardly long pit lane. Set of softs on for him, probably scrubbed. If not, maybe they're more fresh, but he might use them in qualifying. So we'll see. They don't look fresh, to be honest. So they're probably a scrub set from qualifying, but the tyre head doesn't take it into account. So we're going to just see how this goes out. Maldi's got a chance of a podium here. Maldi's actually in a net P3. So Maldi saying it's over, messaging me saying it's over, and at this moment in time, he's on for a potential podium as we speak. But it's just trying to get his cars bunched back up. It's going to be by the time that Alpine goes round. It's not going to catch up this lap, is he? I don't think. So it's probably going to go by the end of lap 20. So we're going to have 5 laps of racing here. 5 laps sprint to the end. We've got a complete mixture of tyres here. We've got mediums, hards, softs, everything. We've got old, fresher hards, older hards, fresher softs, fresher mediums, older mediums. We've got everything's here. Penalties, no penalties. Oh, what's going on here? Some news with collisions here. Trash Panda and Toman. And Trash Panda's got a 5-second time penalty for collision with Toman, and he's picked up a front wing damage. So I think that's going to be after the new set tyres with him. Why he's not pitting? Pit. No, why he's not pitting? And he retires. Great. Why can't he just retire pitting for a new front wing? Get rid of the penalty. I don't know. I simply don't know. Safety car will definitely be in this lap. I can confirm that. Finally get some racing back under the belt. Not to 10 past, so I thought the race would be a little bit longer than that, but been surprising after about 3 laps of safety car. Expecting, I thought it would be about half past by now. It feels like this race is dreading quite a long. It feels like being quite a long race on my end. Feels like it's been dragging along. Come on, let's get this race done and over with, guys. Let's get this done and over with. Gemma currently leading with Yilmaz and P2 on the harder tyres. We've got Alpha Z, Alves and Yilmaz on the certain mediums. They've all got penalties. He's got side effects on the set of softs, but he's also got a penalty. And Maldi, very sudden comeback here. Maldi on an unexpected P6, I think, for him. And on the set of mediums, we've got time AI since sliced bread, and same with Pirlo, so they're out. Matador also P9 on the set of hards. And I've got Toman, P10. He's going to get easy 3 places here from these guys in front. So it's going to be interesting to see how this works out. It's going to become Jammer here. And it's not quite gone yet, I don't think. And he's gone. He's gone, he's gone. He's pulled away. Look at the gap he's got already. His left cartel. Oh my god! There's a massive crash! And side effects is out! He's had a collision with, I believe, a car. I think it was Alves. And there's a Red Bull around as well. That's Matador. He's also been involved in the incident. Commiserations here as the guy's just been leading majority of this race. He's had a potential to still pick up a podium. It's been completely crashed out. And now the 2 championship rivals are now forced to battle it out to the end with Maldi and Jamo. Maldi's back up into P4 now. He's already in the position places already. Alpha Z's fighting with Yilmaz. Yilmaz on those harder tyres. I was a bit confused with the tyre pressure or the tyre damage is going to be because they've had a lot of safety cars. So it's hard, not going to be that much worn. But now Jamo is going to pull away here. And I think it might end up being quite an easy victory for him. Obviously Yilmaz on those hards, not going to quite have the pace of him. Maldi, this is his chance to get some points back on Jamo. Maldi, he's been in a non-points position for majority of this race, and he's now going to pick up a possible podium P2 if he can get past Alpha Z and Yilmaz. Absolute commiserations. Pirlo's AI is still up there at the moment. Toman lost a lot of places. So Toman was also been involved as well. Toman should be about P6, P5 by now, but he's lost a lot of places and a lot of time. And now he's having to fight Matador here. Shouldn't be too difficult. The others in the pits. And I think that's his race done and over with. I think no points for him. Fight continues. Alpha Z, 4 tenths behind Yilmaz. Maldi just lingering in there at the moment. Oh, Maldi almost lost it. And that was definitely a quarter cut. And Moncho's round on the soft tyres, not good for him as Elite Ping slithers past in Ghost. And he's lost more places there, so it's not good for him. And now that puts him at risk. Let's just say Matador, but actually Matador's 5.4 seconds after the set hard. So I don't think it's going to happen. But now, Alpha Z and Yilmaz doesn't seem to be much battling. I don't think Alpha Z really is trying to fight him, to be honest, because I don't think he can get much from it. But I don't see why he shouldn't be, but I expect a little bit more from Alpha Z on these tyres. Maldi's actually struggling to keep up here. He's actually 9 tenths down now. He's had to use a bit more extra ERS to keep up. No DRS still yet. Toman is making his way past Matador. Now it's got no DRS yet. It's usually got plenty of overtake to play with. Though Matador's got nothing left, but yet still has the straight line speed. Toman seems to be running a bit higher wings, but he's not really using his great effects. His higher wings. It's got to be Matador. He's quite conservative in the brakes, Matador. So he really needs to find someone in the braking zone He needs to be a bit more aggressive here, Toman. If he wants to get some points, he really needs to make his overtake right now. Toot running outside, he's going to the inside into turn 3. Again, he's just not braking himself. He's braking way too conservatively. Matt Toman, he's got to trust those grip in those tyres. He's going to do a beautiful switchback move now through a tree, and he's got the DRS, and he's got plenty of overtake, and Matador is in the bin and out of the points. But Toman now needs to pick up some pace because he's got a 3-second time penalty to worry about, so he needs to pull away some gaps here. I think Vita's just got past Pirlo, and that's his last time. So remember, time and Pirlo not going to be included in the points because they've not done the full 90% to really do anything, being AIMOs longer than they should be. Maldi's dropped out of DRS on Alpha Z. I think Maldi's just a little bit frustrated, probably still, and it's just, I think he's a little bit out of rhythm. He's not done many laps, to be honest, and he's had a few safety cars, which has not helped him get back up to speed. But at least Maldi's going to pick up P4. I think Maldi, considering how everything's gone, I think Maldi would happily take a P4 after everything that's happened to him this race. Two laps to go. As Demo's now pulling a nice gap to Yilmaz now. Maldi, again, like I say, it's just struggling to keep up, but he's got plenty of space behind, so Maldi does pick up time penalty. But Maldi's still on for a podium here. Maldi just needs to keep it within 3 seconds of Alpha Z, and the podium will be his. Yeah, Alvarez picks up the fastest lap of the race on a fresh set of softs, 29.4. Oh boy. Anyway, I'm going to ignore the Discord chat for now. Don't know. Oh, Panda's not happy with Chaos at the moment of time. Jamo, again, like I say, still leading. Alpha Z is just unable. I think it's hard. Just starting to come back into play now. Alpha Z is now struggling to stay close to the back of that Haas car. Maldi just lingering back there again. So he's hot medium's just starting to start falling away soon. Obviously, there's a few safety car laps, shouldn't be too bad. Maldi just keeping that gap nicely, 1.6, with only just under a lap to go now. So last lap of the race, there's a few little things going on here in the midfield. Moncho is just working his way through. All got plenty penalties here, so no position change is going to be happening. Chairman's just a bit too far behind to make any fight. Elite just not unable to really make any moves on Moncho. These softs are just going to start falling away. 7 laps old. Jamo coming through Magna Beckett's now. He's had an absolute rollercoaster race. He's been fighting with Fire Effects the majority of this race. Strategy worked out for him. He's got doing quite well to get ahead of him. And Fire Effects obviously shaked a little bit of the penalty, but it's been involved in the collision, put him out of the race, taking any out of contention. It's given Jamo a complete free line to the victory. He's gone wide through the club chicane, but he's going to take the victory anyway. P1 for Jamo, he wins the British Grand Prix. Yilmaz will be P2, Alpha Z will be P3, but Maldi will pick up that P3 due to Alpha Z's penalty. Actually, only Maldi actually lose last lap, about a second at the last lap. Time and Pirlo will not get P5 and P6, it'll be Rafita P5. Elite will be P6, Moncho will be P7, he's coming to the pit lane and retired. He will be, actually going to be Toman P7 now. Moncho will be P8. Matador will actually be P9 in the end. No, P8, sorry. Your Alvarez will actually be P9, and that's it. You won't actually have 10 finishing cars, effectively. It's going to be very confusing trying to get this sorted out for the way these points work. I'll make sure I have a nice rundown so Maldi can sort it out later with the app. So it makes it easier for him to when he sorts it out. If I can put a rundown nicely, Maldi knows what he's doing. But Jamo, is your tier 3 my speech is completely gone. Is your race winner here for today for the British Grand Prix for tier 3? Honestly, it's kind of a race to forget, to be honest. It seemed like a lackluster, seems a bit messy, I think, at times. Nothing really spicy. I think a lot of them was kind of scared to really make a move, to be honest. And then when waves were all made, I think a lot of mistakes was happening. I think it'll be unfortunate. It was a bit of a poor race, I think, from my end. Nothing much to say really, but it was an okay race. It wasn't terrible, but certainly wasn't the greatest. So Jamo wins the British Grand Prix. Yilmaz will be P2, and Maldi will pick up a podium out of nowhere. P3, I think he'll be very happy with that. Alpha Z will be P4. Now, this is where it gets confusing. Theta P5, Elite Ping is P6, Toman is P7, Matador will be P8, Yar Alves will be P9, Moncho will be P10. Actually, there might be a time glitch there, but I think that might be to do something to do with the I don't know, we'll sort that later. But yeah, Moncho P10, and then it'll be Tierman didn't finish, and that will literally be it, and the rest of it's just going to have to be sorted out somehow. But that is your grid order. Let's get Jamo and Maldi in the com box. If we can. If we can get them in, that'd be very nice. If they want to get a move on, come on. Come on, Maldi. Come on, Jamo. Join the party. Worst case scenario, I could just join them. I think they're in a party. Yeah, in fact, yeah. No, yes. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go, here we go. Try and get Jamo in as well, if he wants to respond. Right, Maldi, if you can include your audio, please, that'll be very nice. If you're here.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's been a very much of a roller coaster today. I think for you, I think you've had a lot of moments in qualifying. Obviously, your lap got invalidated. You managed to get a lap in the end. You've had an incident on lap 1. I think I'm not sure what happened to you. I saw you P4, then I suddenly see you in like P12 or 14 or something, and then you've had multiple issues with your internet and lobby, and you can't get back in. But somehow you managed to claw it back for a very sudden podium finish. So I think in the end result, I think you're going to be very happy with the result. Should I say?
Yeah. So basically, what happened is everyone was lagging on the formation lap, so I already knew that there was going to be a problem on that formation lap, and there was going to be an issue with the connection in the lobby for me. And I had an incredible start. It was probably lag that did it. Like Alphas was just like didn't even get off the line on my screen and then just bounced forward. Basically, Matt, I didn't have a collision, but everyone was just bouncing forward, teleporting on my screen, and someone just appeared in front of me, and I just lost the end and then it was a constant struggle to get back into lobby. But yeah, podium. I said to Jamo in the party, I said I'm just now going to try under this safety car to minimise as many points I lose. Side effects and Alvarez had that collision, and then yeah, I was able to come through to P3 on pens. So yeah, I'm happy with P3, but championship is over. So.
Anyway, yeah, yeah, leading by like 28 points. It's fine. Anyway, on to Jamo, the man with few words normally. if you'd like to include your audio. You've had your fair share battle with side effects, but obviously, like Maudi just said a few seconds ago, obviously side effects got involved in the incident with Alves towards the end. Made your life a lot easier, I guess. And you picked up a very solid P1 there. Much to say in terms of anything strategy-wise, or just keep it on the track and get it to the line?
Yeah, just kept it on the track. No warnings until the end. Just composed.
Like I said, the man with the 3 words. There you go. Yeah, victory for Demo. So congratulations for your win, and obviously Maudi with his comeback back up to P3 there. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. It wasn't the greatest of the races, to be honest. It wasn't the worst, but it was definitely not the greatest at all. But we'll get through. Obviously, Austria next week. Austria does tend to bring out some really good races, even though it's not the most enjoyable track to drive on. But racing-wise, Austria always delivers at the land of trees. So we'll be back for next week for the Austrian Grand Prix. Obviously back in the comp box. Hopefully Piss will be back, and Maldi in the comp box as usual. So we'll see you on Monday for the Tier 1 Austrian Grand Prix. We'll see you then. Goodbye.